Hey, it's Lowry Smith of the Commander Smiths here with a little bit of package opening from Card Kingdom. I'll show you my package. Let's get crack-a-lackin'. Hey, Ted. Thanks for joining. These were kind of a big order from Card Kingdom. I have a lot of credit with them. Spent about 800 bucks worth. So let's see what we kind of got here. First off, oh yeah, I wanted to do in a certain order. These two have the most exciting part of it, but I don't want to get there too quick. But basically, Commander Smiths is a podcast that comes out every week. We Summers get a little crazy, but normally we do it Monday night, 9 p.m. Central. And let's see what this first container has. We got a little foil Angrath, the Flame Chained. A pretty cool one. I just like the promo. I like a foil version. They've reprinted a couple times really quick. They got the Funko Pop version of it too. So it was pretty cheap. Decided to get one. I was thinking two maybe, but all right. Life Crafter's Bestiary. Just a couple of old border foils of them. I really like that. I mean, it's just nice to get the foil version of it already. Explore Secret Layer version. Think I was thinking I was trying to get the foil version. I might have messed that up, I guess. I prefer foils, but all right, Sarkin Vol. That was pretty cheap. I want to say that was like $4-ish dollars. Not a bad um little version of that. Endurance. That's pretty. That was a big one. I wanted this for Mr. Foxglove. Free spells, cast them pretty nice. But the promo foil versions are cheaper than they used to be when it came to just the regular version. These reprints here in the current Modern Horizons was really nice. So, likes, share, subscribe would be really nice, everyone. Oh, and Solitude, very pretty version of that as well. I like both of them. Mjolnir Storm Hammer, cool version. Kind of wish I still had my Hilda deck around because of all that tapping, but I'm sure I'll be able to find a place for it at some point. Overpowering attack, extra attack steps are always nice, and so getting it in a foil pretty cheap as well was a benefit. Yeah, cheap enough that I felt like 4 was going to be worth it. Reconnaissance was foil. Um, this was a $10 to $12 card before the Secret Layer reprint, and now in the Assassin's Creed. I mean, a foil you can pick up for less than $3. So again, I got a bunch of those. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, well, it's one of my favorite cards. I dig it quite a bit. Brotherhood Regalia. This card's awesome. I had forgot that I bought it, and I need it for a lot of decks. All right, and I only got it for one. Contagion Clasp foil, really nice, cheap. Again, under $1 at this point, but it's a nice little proliferate bit. Aether Swooper, just that energy, getting a foil version of it. It's cheaper than cheap. Aven Forge Bringer. Old bordered foils are pretty sweet. Also, return target land to its owner's hand. The thought when I bought this was for Gonti, the new one, so that I could steal somebody's land and then they yada yada. Probably not going to do that, but it's still a really cool old border, old foil. Uh, Netter and Doll. Discard a card from your hand. Target creature can't attack this turn. Um, I'm hoping Mr. Foxglove has a bit of a spell slinger esque feel to it with discarding and stuff like that. So I'm pretty excited for a bunch of these, and I believe this was under $1. Some of these older foils that don't see a lot of play aren't really that bad. So if you like them, go check them out. Picked up 2 of those. Stronghold Biologist, another spell shaper from Nemesis. Nemesis, Mercadian Mask have most of them. Get rid of that. But this is discard your hand, counter target, or discard a card from your hand, counter target creature spell. Not a bad deal. And then Trickster Mage, discarding a card from your hand, tap or untap target artifact, creature, or land. I like it. Avenger and Doll, discard a card from your hand to exile, remove target. Yeah, exile target creature from the game that's attacking. Not a bad deal there either. Cho Arim's Alchemist. Discard a card from your hand. The next time a source of your choice would deal damage to you this turn, prevent that damage and gain that much life instead. Oh, shit. They did give it to me. All right. It just had a -1 near it. There we go. LED, baby. Let's go. That's awesome. That's very pretty. That is the first one that I've gotten. This is half the price of everything right here. It's banged up, bunged up. You got it right there for sure. But I mean, I got it as cheap as I could because it's expensive. But yeah, that's pretty. I was thinking I was gonna get this in Mr. Foxglove, but then I gotta figure out how I can spend the mana, or is it just a discard outlet? So, but that oh, that was a nice surprise because again, the list that I got had a -1 next to the LED here, and I was worried that it wasn't in there. Um, there it is. Let's leave that there. Huh? Huh? That's pretty sweet. Happy with that already. That I don't often get a little bit of heart palpitation, but seeing that in my hands, that felt good right there. All right, let's go on to the next bit. Again, so what I do with extras is I kind of go through. I have a lot of trades already set up and separated from my main collection. A couple times a year, I go through and send in reasonably priced cards to Card Kingdom so that I can buy different cards. So Elite D. All right, this one's Invocations version of Worship. Um, it's a cool card. I like it. And I like the invocations not because of the border, just they're really hard to get, and these are starting to get cheaper. So I want to say this was $7 or $8. And so I could be a little off there, but I'm pretty sure. So that but they're cool cards for sure. Foil Rings of Bright Hearth, again for the spell slingers and copying their abilities, but great in any planeswalker deck for sure. Loot Dispute, just a cheap one that I didn't have. Academy Lore Master, full or foil. This is I think there's a lot of cards out there, like Howling Mine, and there could be a deck that's built around that. And I think you got Miss Butterfly or whatever that bunny that was just printed that kind of does well with that. I was thinking about doing that with Foxglove. I did it with Takasia. Like I think you can start thinking about just having a lot of group hug stuff going on there. Keeper of the Mind, tap, draw a card only if you have less card or two more cards in hand. When your opponents have that, then you can draw a card. So Keeper of the Mind. Ashling Flame Dancer, really cool card. I like this one. Drawing or discarding a card, draw a card, discard a card, then draw a card. Yep. And then after your second time doing it, 2 damage to all your opponents, and then adding 4 mana. It's pretty cool in that way. So Chthonian Nightmare. I really like this because it's gonna be really good. I like this. The green one is disappointing. The one that kind of allows for oh shoot. They kinda designed some of these around older reserve list cards, and I like the fact that they were trying out new ways of doing it. Just the green one was a disappointment. This one's cool. The blue drake is cool. Let's see if I actually got one of those. Deserted Temple, untapping land for foil, real cheap now. Molten Gatekeeper. Um, I picked up these 2 foils. You get this style is being printed more and more, so I think this effect is gonna get real annoying real quick, but that's cool. Rim Chant and Foil, that's a pretty card as well. Got a couple power balances. Zero Cool did really well with it this week. It was fun that he was playing it, and so already had it on the way. But Thief of Existence seems pretty good. Got a couple foils there, just exiling stuff. See, I knew I did. Volatile Storm Drake. I really like this one too. So I got a couple of those, a couple more. So I like those. White Orchid Phantom in foil. This card was $10+ at release, and now it's less than $2 if I'm remembering in the foil. So I picked up at least one. Yep. Eldamari, the new one. I like playing stuff off the top of my deck. Augur of Autumn has been amazing for me for years at this point. And so being able to cast creature spells from the top is really nice. I'm very creature heavy player as well, though. So Grist, Voracious Larva. The flip walkers are expensive other than Grist. It's probably worth buying this one for a bit. Nadu. What? What? Yeah, I am very certain I bought 3 of these or 2, yeah, 3 more. So I might have to go through. But Nadu's cheap. I think it was under $3 or whatever. So it's a crazy good card. They'll probably ban it, so don't spend a lot of money on it by any means, but a couple bucks ain't bad. They're gonna ban it. Sorin, House of Markov. Oh, dum dum. I just took apart my extort deck. And that's what I bought this for. That's a whoopsie. But 2 mana for a 1/4 lifelink extort, and then you can easily flip it is bonkers. This card is um under CMC. It needs to go higher. White Orchid, Phantom, a little bit cheaper. This is the one I was thinking of. The green one, this is not a good card. Re-looking at it, like after buying it, like it's not good unless it's in an energy deck, which is different than the Drake and the Nightmare, right? Like those cards work by themselves, and that makes them solid. Whereas this one is not very good. So, and I picked up a couple of those. Flare of Cultivation. Free spells are free spells. I like it. Oh, okay. I did pick up 2 more Nadus. That's right. They were also cheap. Duelist of the Mind. What? I've been sticking this in some decks, if you know what I mean. It's pretty cool. So I like it quite a bit. But Terrain, Tarnation Vista, just a land. The big score was probably doesn't have a lot out there, so was picking up a couple of them. All right, halfway done. Anything bonkers in here that I need to take out? Maybe Soren. Show off while I'm going through. Just just trying to find value for the most part. Let's look at this next one. So I've been sitting on this for a couple days. It showed up on Monday. I was like, no. All right, we'll take these. And also, I probably got those because of Renshai. He was posting what he got, and I was like, I'd like that. So let's not cover up LED by any means, but all right. On to the next one. Did I do that? Nope. Tape is tough. All right. Get rid of that. See here. Mosswood Dread Knight is a really cool card. This I've been picking them up for 50 cents, but it's a $2-3 card and it's pretty great. So I wanted to get some in foil because I've been playing with it. So I like that. Aether Adept is for my Genku deck, and so there should be some other cards in there. Grazilax, I just keep on using the card. I wanted some more foils of it. Restore the Peace is for Foxglove, I believe. Yeah, getting more cards in their hand by bouncing it instead of drawing is what the way I'm going. Gold Knight Lookout, that whole Spell Shaper thing. You can check out the Foxglove build on this next Monday. So I want to say that's 10, 11, 12, 12, roughly. I don't know. So we'll see what Spell Shapers actually make it in there, but it should be fun. Another Spell Shaper, discard a card from your hand. The next time a source of your choice deals damage, prevent that damage. Charm Peddler. We got 2 of those. I got a Vendilion Click and foil. The cards are cheap right now. I think I bought this for $5 on Cardkingdom. And I mean the card in non-foil used to be $15-20, and those are cheap as well. So excited. Another Spell Shaper, discard a card from your hand, counter target non-creature spell. So there's a creature version and a non-creature version. Stronghold Mechanist. Reflector Mage, got that for Genku. That's kind of like a bounce deck. Rites of Refusal. This discarding cards and countering spells. It's like a very budget version of the idea of Force of Will and stuff like that. Dream Trawler. Ooh, those are pretty. That little planeswalker symbol on the foils always get me going. I really like them. But Dream Trawler is cool. Thieving Skydiver in foil, wanted that. Dictate of Crewfix foil promo is pretty sick. That's really good. That's a good looking card. Little expensive, I think, in the end of it. I think I spent like 7 on that one. That's a bit more than I think I wanted. Samwise Gamgee, that's in my Treebeard deck, getting a pimped out version of that. Xavier Saul, get the good versions of your commanders, I'd say. I have right now a non-foil full art version, so get that foil version. They've gone down a little bit since it was printed. I'm good with that. Icodin Crier, just Spell Shaper making some tokens. Again, I'm on the fence for Foxglove on that part. It might not be a token deck. Sarah Safi Eric's daughter. I really just like this card. I'm glad that I got it in foil now. Command the Dread Horde. I only pick up one of them? Damn. This is a great card. I would pick this up in foil as much as you can. It's a great card. Rebuild, old bordered foil version of it. Overpay sometimes when they're good cards, but this is going to go in Genku. It's at least, I think it was $4 to $5. So they have a Modern Horizons version that's a lot cheaper, like under $1. And then on to the last bit. Let's see what we have in here. That's the largest package. You're welcome. I'm pretty happy with some of this. Let's see here. Was there anything in that bit that really should get pulled? Probably not. That's it. Still happy with that. All right. Let's look at that. Baleful Strix foil new art. I overpaid for this one, but Baleful Strix is one of my favorite cards. I have got 2 of these. I needed 3 or 4, and so I'll probably sit on this a little bit, but great cards. Pimped out Soul Rings. I could have been a little bit more patient on these, I think, but I mean, they keep on printing new foiled versions of it, and I just getting bored of the regulars. But Torbrand, just Torbrand's really good. I want some foil versions. I think I got one. Just doing this as a second. Green Seeker, that Spell Shaper thing going on. I bought more Reconnaissance. I probably forgot. Got real aggressive on the foil Reconnaissance. I don't feel bad about that one bit. Adric, Mathematical Genius. This is for Foxglove because basically you can copy the trigger, and once you fill up your hand on the second trigger, it's going to check. You're going to have a full hand. You can put a creature into play for free. So that's just getting a cool foil version of that. K9 Mark 1, probably one of my favorite cards printed last year. Just nice protection, and then also can't be blocked. Another Mosswood Dread Knight. There we go. More Grazilax. Commit to Memory. It's a good card. I don't play it very often, but getting a foil version of it's not a bad idea. Baron Full Art Foil looks very pretty. Perfect in Genku. Kozilek, the Great Distortion. We got a etch foil of that. That'll go in Foxglove. That'll be really cool. Genku with Exclusion Mage and Academy Journey Mage. Just these wizards that bounce stuff is pretty cool. Whether like completed foil, I think that was pretty cheap at this point. Camaraderie, another one getting foil for Treebeard. Should be good. Tezzeret, Betrayer of Flesh. Alt Art foil looks gorgeous. Got 2 more of those. Yeah, I've been playing. I have this in at least 2 decks. I don't normally overlap too much, but goes great in Lara Croft, and it goes great in my in the in the energy deck that I have. So Scuttle Tide, that was a waste. I did cut that one from Foxglove, but kind of the same idea as the Spell Shapers. Launas Cryptozoologist foil, yeah, just cool. Thought Monitor foils, that was under $1. I want to say 75 cents or something. I don't think they are anymore. I fucking buy Nadu. Okay, well, That's on me. That's on me. That was a mistake. Um, that was silly. All right, now I got a little too many Nadus, laying around. What the hell am I doing? Okay, here, let's move on. Caves of Koleos. That's can we see that foiling there? That's pretty cool. All right, so I believe I was just trying to get a foil Caves of Koleos that was Koilos was which was cool, but the full art foils are expensive. And so but this is from the commander decks and then the foil versions of it and they're like circular foils. That's pretty cool. Let's see here. I got another one of those for Idol of Oblivion. Just a weird looking circular foils or something. They look cool. I like that. Same thing for Lightning Greaves. Yeah, that's pretty. I like that. I like that quite a bit. So I got two of those. Yeah. And then we got Emery, Lurker of the Lock. There's so many card like decks that this card can go into. It's great. Obviously, I like it. Two of them in there. Forensic Gadgeteer, another one of them that's really good. Probably one of my favorite cards printed this year. That'll probably be on my top 10 at the end of the year. Wojek Investigator, that was supposed to go in my Tesa Clue Extort deck, and I took that apart literally last night. So a waste of money. My bad. Foil Alchemist or Refuge, got a couple of those. Great card. Nice foil in the mystery boosters or the list or something. Selvala, Eager Trailblazer, legendary creature. This goes in my hashtag Team Forest Walk deck. It's pretty cool there. Zenith Chronicler, one of those same ideas. Like everybody gets to draw cards whenever something happens. So if I'm going to ever play this kind of deck, I want some cool cards with it. Fairy Dream Thief. I got this in two decks. I got this in Rafine, and then I have it in Gonti. But cheap flyers, this is one of those great cards. You get the surveil one at ETBs and draw a card that fits in your graveyard for man and life. Magda's slowly starting to creep up, so I wanted to get a nice version of it. Maria, Scholar of Antiquity. This is for my Laura Croft deck. Just tapping down equipment. Deadly Dispute. That's a pretty card. I like these. I like these old Borders 30th anniversary ones. I don't they're all in like the CK promo, but I think you can go and just find a list and see what you like. But they're gorgeous cards. So Dramatic Reversal and then Windfall. I got two of those now at this point, but very, very pretty. Happy with that. Black Blade Reforged. Just getting some foil version of that. Not too bad. Got two of them. We have some Ripple Foil, Dawn of the New Age. Just drawing cards in white ain't bad at all. Horn of Gondor, legendary artifact from my Lara Croft deck. Malcolm is another one of my favorite cards from last year, but just being able to deal damage and loot is pretty nice on that kind of body. So picked up some of those. Trail of Crumbs. That's a food deck. Food stuff keeps on being printed and getting more support for that. Sweet. Silversmith, Spell Shaper foil, real cheap. Fiery Islet foil, little cycle land. And the last one is a Reverse the Polarity full art foil Ripple. Adam got real mad at me. I don't know about real mad, but I did in my Riku of Many Past deck, I did switch each creature's power and toughness until end of turn because it was the only time that's ever going to happen. I was playing against his Eldrazi Spawn token deck, Aslak, and he had like 4 or 5 of those little Eldrazi's, and I was like, switch the power and toughness, and they died. Went away. He sacrificed for Teferi's protection, but still, fun. Hey, if you enjoyed that was a lot of fun. I know I enjoyed it. Again, send your stuff into CK for credit. Just make sure that you're making good value choices, and that's kind of how I roll with it. I have a lot of extra stuff that I don't need. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Check out the podcast, subscribe to the channel. Check us out on all the podcast stuff, wherever you can listen. Be great to have you around. All right. Well, Hopefully you have a good one. Good night. Bye.